What's good, YouTube? Is the Baker. So I have a Nekros slash Nekros build for solo play to go over today. I was able to take this in a hour-long moat solo. Granted, near the end it was a little rough, but I was able to take it an hour and effectively still take hits and survive through them. Now with this particular build, I did use Rush with it in order to help with just sprinting across the enemies in a faster motion while I'm using a melee weapon. And I will go over later why I did switch to using a melee weapon later on in the run. But you can switch out Rush for a variety of different mods, some being natural talent to help you increase the casting speed of all your abilities, Hunter's Adrenaline to help you keep energy up a little bit more if you're running Naramon, which also I'll just explain later why I recommend running it if you want to do in the same time length and take the same amount of damage I was able to take and live through it. Streamline to help reduce the energy cost of all your abilities and the drain from your 3 as well, of course. Stretch to help increase the range of your 2 and your 3. Intensify to increase the damage reduction of your Shield of Shadows, and Prime Flow to increase your overall energy. Now for the mods on the top, you can really run whatever you want in the Aura slot, though for survivals I would heavily recommend Enemy Radar, as when you detect enemies on your map, they will automatically start running to you. So in a survival situation, it does help greatly. Now with Handspring, the reason why I like to use it is the 160% faster knockdown recovery. Recovering faster from a knockdown later on in the game will save your life. Now there are ways to avoid it, such as casting an ability and such like that, but sometimes you don't have the ability to see the attack coming towards you because say they could be behind you or something of the sort like that. For Arcanes, I ran Arcane Pulse for the 20% chance of receiving an extra 100 health, so instead of 25 health, I'd be receiving 125 health whenever I pick up a health orb. Now this also does have a 20-meter range, so if you're in a group play, it can help heal other people as well, but note it does not spread over to your Sentinel, unfortunately, though I really wish it did. Arcane Guardian for the 20% chance to gain additional 600 armor for 20 seconds. This will just, as you can obviously guess, help you with whenever you do take damage. Now primarily your 4 is going to be used as cannon fodder to keep most of the enemies off you, but you're never going to be able to keep all the enemies off you. So when you do take those shots late on in the game and you're going to be taking a significant amount of damage, you always want to try to figure out ways to mitigate the damage as much as possible. Now, the ways that I figured out to do that after my primaries started to fall off in the way of keeping me alive with something like Heat on it or Blast or something of the sort to help CC was using my melee and blocking with it. I used the Castle of War for an 85% damage reduction, which helped greatly. Now also I did use a Life Strike mod, which you can use Healing Return as well, but it will fall off earlier. With Life Strike I use an unranked 1, which gives me a 5% life steal, which is 5% of the damage that I do. It is heals me, but it gives me a 35% channeling efficiency reduction. Now that is the primary reason why we don't max it out, because if you do max it out it goes to 140% with only giving you 20%, and with the amount of health pool that Nekros has, it's not worth it to have a fully ranked 1. In pretty much no circumstance would I recommend a fully ranked Life Strike, as it brings your channeling cost from 7 all the way up to 12. And that is a massive increase given the fact that it's 12 energy for every single mob you hit. So 7 is already enough of a hindrance on you at the end of the day, but it does provide a great defensive buff for the amount of healing that you get is, in my opinion, worth it. Now, in order to keep the damage up and keep the healing actually on a proper scaling level to enemy levels until you hit the point of one shot, which you can't really do too much with Nekros once you hit that point, and outside of running like a Creeping Terror build, which for survival I don't really recommend, just due to the fact that enemies are running around everywhere, so it doesn't allow you to actually stack mobs and kill them effectively as you're running all over the map to try and kill them. But using Power Spike for your or using Naramon for your focus school and using the talent on it called Power Spike is an incredible way to hold your combo counter and keep that maintained damage increase going as long as possible, because the more damage you're doing, obviously the more you're healing for, and it gives you the ability to go longer because you can recover from the hits you're taking better. But overall, that was my Nekros build. I do hope you all enjoyed it. Definitely be sure to let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Also, if you have built a build similar to this, let me know your experiences behind that. Be sure to follow my Twitch channel. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also follow me on any of my social media networks, as I do put updates in when I do go live there, and I also put updates on new videos that come out. Also, be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy, and I do hope you all take care, stay safe, stay humble, be open, and as always, never stop searching. Peace, everybody.